So the finale of Daredevil Born Again is out, and it's pretty awesome for like 5 seconds, and then it goes back to being total garbage. Before we get into it, if you want to help out the channel, you can support me over on Patreon, and it would be greatly appreciated. So, I didn't even know that this was the finale for the show, because I made it to the end of the episode going, yeah, there's going to be a next episode, right? Nope, they just ended it here, and it makes zero sense. But first, we'll get into the very little stuff that was actually good. So after a big load of meandering and boring nonsense for the whole start of the episode, around the second half, New York goes into a blackout. And Daredevil and the Punisher have to team up. And this was like the only good thing in the entire show. You want to know why? Because it actually feels like something out of a comic, where Daredevil in his red costume and Punisher in his skull vest take on a group of bad guys. The funny part is, it only lasts like 2 seconds. And even though it was pretty cool, it was still retarded, with Matt going, "Stop, Frank, you can't kill them, Frank." Can we just never have Charlie Cox ever say crap like this ever again? Because every time he does it, it just accentuates the fact that he's nothing like Daredevil.
Frank, stop! No! God!
Daredevil doesn't run around after the Punisher saying, "Please don't kill people," because that's extremely weak. But the action scene was pretty good, and although I hate Jon Bernthal as the Punisher, and I don't think he's anything like Frank Castle, he's actually the only good part about the show. And when this happens, and just about when you think the show is about to turn brilliant, where we're gonna get some great finale where Daredevil and Punisher have to take back a city, it just ends, where Karen shows up out of nowhere, and immediately the show just gets that little bit better because it actually is a character from the Daredevil universe. I know online people are going to be freaking out saying how good this episode is, but really it's just because you have two people from the original show. Karen and Frank are like the only people who can act in the entire episode and show. Everybody else is mediocre, and I mean like terrible, like you can't even take it seriously. And speaking of people rating this show really high, that's actually kind of a contradiction, because if you look at the Nielsen streaming ratings, then Daredevil isn't anywhere near the top 10. I don't even think it's in the top 20. WandaVision, Echo, and Agatha All Along all did better than Daredevil Born Again. This is Daredevil. How the hell is this a flop? Probably because Daredevil is nowhere near it. And I can only say that so much, so I'm not going to continue preaching to the choir, just saying the show sucks and Charlie Cox is not Daredevil. Even though they are undisputable facts, there's bigger issues, like the overall destruction of Marvel and superheroes in general. People don't want to watch these movies or TV shows anymore, and you could call it superhero fatigue that I believe in. I do believe that after a while people don't want to see dudes in capes and spandex, but at the same time you could make a really good superhero show right now and people would love it. But this show is not that, because every time it gets close to being anyway good, it just stops. And that scene at the end of this episode, Daredevil is looking at this army on the docks, and I think we're about to get some badass scene that ends off this season, and it could somewhat redeem itself maybe. And then Matt just goes, "Yeah, you'd need an army to take on this amount of people." And then he just walks away. Time passes, the next day comes around, everything goes back to normal, and Daredevil did nothing. But hold on, he actually did do something, because in the final scene, we get hit with the biggest amount of cringe anybody has ever seen. So in a Daredevil TV show, what should the music be like? Shouldn't it be dark and moody like the original Netflix show? We didn't get any of that. We got Radiohead. Yeah, the Radiohead. Probably the most weak band out there, like of all time. If you like them, you were weak and gay. And that is what starts playing at the end of a Daredevil show. What's happening? Daredevil's sitting in Josie's bar, once again nowhere near a church, because we're just abandoning the religious themes. And see the way that he was mentioning an army that they'd need to win this fight? Well, he has it in the bar, and it consists of people of color, blacks, Hispanics, Chinese people, who all just hate Matt Murdock and burn him throughout the entire show. Now I'm just going to tell you the truth. Daredevil should be able to take back a city in one night by himself. He doesn't need some random amigo to help him out. And with the horrible lighting and the gay music, Daredevil gives this epic speech.
"This is our city, not his. And we can take it back. Resist, rebel, rebuild, because we are the city without fear.
Go fuck yourself.
Who thought that this was a good idea to have Daredevil say, rebel, and we are the city without fear or something? What is that? That is retarded. Why is this in a Daredevil show? Can anybody tell me? Don't try to defend it. It goes beyond politics. This just sucks. What's happening? And you might see the cope online of, well, this was just a build up for something that's about to be amazing. Yeah, I don't care. You already wasted my time for a full season. In the first season of the Netflix show, it was already probably one of the best live-action superhero things ever made. And you want me to wait until season 2 so we can bring back Foggy and Karen and we can finally actually fight Bullseye? No, I'm not waiting. I'm probably not even going to watch season 2. If you're one of those scumbags out there who made this and profits off it and wants the fans to actually wait a full year for season 2, then screw you. I don't care about your show. This isn't even Daredevil. So the lie of Daredevil Born Again being a good show has just been broken down by this finale that just proved that this is nowhere near being anyway good. Oh yeah, and if you're one of these people out there who thinks that they're fighting the good fight against wokeness and DEI and you say that this show is anyway good, you're retarded. So if you're one of the people out there who actually sees through the bullcrap and has the balls to call this out, then do let me know and maybe consider subscribing. And if you got a problem, go complain to your boyfriend.